Wakanda Buzz Podcast coming at you with another comic book review. Today we've got Wakanda issue number 5. This issue is starring Miss Okoye. Nice little cover there.
I want to throw a flag on the play before we can get started, but that's neither here nor there. So, the Adore One's primary job is to protect the throne. Not backing away from that, not shying away from that. Now we come to find out, and we'll, touch on this, but Our Voices, Wakanda Forever, issue 1, where it comes out where Nahanda states that she formed the Dora Milaje to guard the throne for a specific reason. And that was so she could go about and do whatever she wanted to do with Gale. That's what that was. She wanted to go kick it with Gale and not be bothered. So, if we know the Dora Milaje were put together to guard the throne, and we know that the Ias-Ijs were formed to exterminate all of the threats against Wakanda beyond Wakanda's borders, they the secret police. Unless the crown has moved outside of Wakanda, the Dora ain't outside of Wakanda. She's right there with the crown. If the crown is in England, the Dora is in England. If the crown is in Africa, the Dora is in Africa. If the crown is in New Zealand, the Dora is in New Zealand. If there are threats to Wakanda in China, and the crown is in Japan, the Doors are in Japan, the Ias-Ijs are in China. So I'm throwing a flag on the plate already because I know what you want to do, and I get what you're trying to do. But
okay, I see what you're saying. Why the hell they not around the king? Hey, I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, that's right. Okay, yep, that's right. Okay, 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, I'm still trying. I'm like, yeah, what? Why are they not with the?
And then what's she flying in? What's she flying in? What's she flying in?
Theo, there is no throne. You do things democratically now. But it's a non-colonial type of democracy.
That's why I said I'm throwing a flag on the play. And then watch this. Where she get that armor from?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
I can tell you. Black Panther 2. We just want to influence. We just want the movies to influence the comics, don't we? Boy, okay, never mind. I'm gonna go back.
All right. So the book opens up in Tokyo. Book opens up in Tokyo, right? We've got a couple Doras. One of the Doras is in trouble. I think her name is Natima. She's in trouble. Okoye is coming to her rescue. She stabs the assailant, but it looks like she's too late to save the younger Dora here on the ground. And I think we're about to get some quick updates on who that Dora is on the next page. And Warrior Falls in Wakanda, set 4 days ago. It looks like they're having a training session. This is Okoye and what seems to be her niece. Couple things on the dialogue here. Do Africans call their aunts auntie? Is that a thing? I don't know. I know it's an African American thing, but do Africans call their aunts auntie?
You know what? Here's the sad part. It's just as simple as if we know they speak Xhosa, and we know in the fictional world of Wakanda they speak 2 languages, Xhosa and Swahili. So we ain't got the little things on the outside saying this is translated from.
Well, is there a word in Xhosa that for auntie?
I would believe so, because the word for father is Baba. Baba. We didn't hear that. So if I know Josh is gonna edit it on there. In Xhosa is what Xhosa the word for auntie is, and Swahili the word for auntie is. But no, they would not say auntie. And they would do a nice job of this is one of the times you would like to think we could teach, some African dialect to our readers. Just introduce it in there. And we could say that, Baba translated from Xhosa meaning father, so that we can, because we've done this in other stories, other comics before. But no, they would not say auntie. No.
Just throwing it out there, this is not the first time that we've had some issues, I guess, kind of separating the African American dialect from what is supposed to be from Wakanda. It's the most it's the quickest way for me to see that something's off in these books. It's just like the way that they speak kind of immediately shows you maybe not necessarily where they're going with the story, but it does talk to maybe what that writer's investment in the lore and what Wakanda is supposed to be necessarily, because it just shows very quickly. It's one of the first things I'm going to be looking for in Eve Ewing. It's a very elementary thing when you talk about writing, make the people sound like they're from where they're supposed to be from. But then again, it's not something that we've come to expect in Wakanda books.
It is, and I'm going to tell you where I come from is the fact that I took those classes. And so to me, if you're a writer and you took writing classes in college, that means you studied Shakespeare. That means you are used to reading authors who have written in their own dialect. Because they didn't have a choice. They weren't writing from an American viewpoint. They weren't writing with American slang. And so as a writer, you're used to that. And so when it comes to writing something else, if you're writing an American book, if I'm writing, even as an African American, Black, whatever, if I'm writing characters that are in the hood per se, that live a certain lifestyle, I can't write them talking like they're from Wall Street, unless that character lives in what would be the hood and then goes to work at Wall Street by day. And I would literally be changing up their vernacular throughout the story. But here you have it where we have trained writers that, at the very least, you would think people who are accomplished writers, and it's like, at the very, like you said, the very basic thing, write these characters like they're from Wakanda, the dialect. How do you get it wrong? Well, to me, you're comfortable, and to a degree, you don't care.
Yeah. Okoye and Natima, they jump off of Warrior Falls, which takes them directly to a secret laboratory where it looks like one of the techs, Isam, is there working away on something Okoye has him doing. Immediately, Natima is enamored. I think Isam is feeling her back. Maybe that's something we'll see followed up on at some point somewhere in Wakanda, but they laying some legs here, but Okoye quickly focuses them back up. So what Isam has been working on is he's tracking what's been going on with ever since the I think it was issue 1 of this Wakanda series with Shuri when she was fighting Rhino. So he's been kind of back tracing Rhino's steps for the past 3 weeks since that happened, and he found a money trail that led back to 4 individuals. We got the Shocker, we have Oyaku, which is the lady with the Omega Red arms.
I'm loving that, going all the way back to Power, written by John Mayberry. I'm loving the fact that they went back to that. And that, watch this, that actually would be one of the 2 storylines in which, T'Challa was gravely injured and Shuri picked up the mantle to become Black Panther, because Oyaku is actually her first villain. So I'm loving the fact of being able to pay off history and everything like that. And if we can talk about how they using the language, I love the fact that they do have these 2 characters actually feeling one another. We don't get too much of that in writings.
Oh, for sure. So, you already know I appreciate that.
A lot of criticism. We're gonna give y'all the compliments too. So definitely shout out for putting that up in there and everything like that. Thank y'all so much for that.
So we got Oyaku. On top of that, we've got the Shocker, we got Batroc, and Madam Slay.
Come on now. When was the last time we see? Never mind.
I have no clue. No, I have no clue.
When you come on board, if you just not rocking with Black Panther, now you're gonna have to Google Madam Slay and take your behind back before 2016. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm loving that. I'm loving it.
The last assailant that they tracked down, right, has been continuing to take his payments, and he's been out in the open even after Rhino, got pinched. So they're going to set up a sting operation on this guy to try to get their way back to the core of this incursion. So we pick up a day later in London, right? Natima is scoping out from afar. She sees who is this? Who is that dude?
Baron Macabry. Come on, somebody! Boy, they went back in time. Come on, listen. What? Listen. You got your boy Theo excited. You got me, boy. Listen, you got me excited.
Give me a history lesson.
Listen, I got people looking at me like, Theo, tell me how you feel about the book. I can tell my old heads to come on back. I can tell them something. Barrett McCaffrey, however you want to look at it, he's able to cast somewhat limited mental projections, low level, I don't want to say telepath, I will say the low level psionic can give you some serious brain pains with his abilities, thing like that. Made his first appearance in Jungle Action. I can't remember, written by Don McGregor. That's the same Don McGregor that gave us Taku and Venom. And the reason why I mentioned Taku and Venom, because we have some people that don't, that feel some type of way about, it's me, I'm gonna say it. Wakanda is everything. It ain't 1/3 of this, 2/3 of that, it's 3/3 of everything. And so LGBTQ representation is part of it. And the same dude that gave us this character is the same dude that gave us some other two characters, though, as well as some other great characters. Madam Slay.
All right, so she's taking them out and they're robbing a bank. She's actually about to let them pull off with the money until she sees that there's a hostage there. She says the money that they're robbing is colonizer money. Let them have it. Hey, yo, look. First of all, hey, Okoye, if you ever doing a sting in Columbus, Ohio, and they robbing the PNC, my money in there too. I ain't no colonizer. I need you to stop that expeditiously. Like, cut that out.
Hey, but you know what though? If she's from Wakanda, which she is, that's how she goes.
Oh man, that's not how that work. That's not. It's more than just colonizer money in that bank. Now,
I'm not saying that's how it's gonna work. I'm saying that's how she gonna feel. And
that was some goofy logic. Like, let them take it. It's colonizer money. Woman.
Two things can be. I love the fact that whoever said two things can be true at one time. I can sit here and say what I want to say about Ryan Coogler and how he's written Black Panther and the second Black Panther movie and everything like that. But the line that Eric Killmonger had when he was in the museum, how do you think your ancestors got these pieces? Like, that's the straight cold truth. Like, you stole them. Now you want to sit up here and pay people to come see him, right? You don't stop with the foolishness. So I mean, I love it because historically speaking, that's right. We're not gonna look past that.
All right, so she's got the bank robbers on the run. She's got Barrett McCabe in her sights, and it looks like he's just about to put on one of those psychic projections that you was talking about. Yep. But Natima is a sure shot. I'm wondering why she took so damn long. The kid told her to take the shot and not to miss like 2 pages ago, and she just now getting that shot off. She must have been extra careful.
It might have been when she was like, hey, I need you to take it at a certain time. I'm gonna give a young sister the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, let's hope, because it was delayed over there.
His name is Cadaver. They gonna be like, Theo, you ain't get that right. I did. My fault.
Cadaver. There you go, Cadaver.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, so we hop back over to Wakanda, and there is an attack being led by Batroc, Madam Slay, and Shocker at some vibranium mines in the East Quadrant.
And he says, yeah, true, but they've also shaken a couple of vertebrae out of line over the years, and only some pure vibranium can fix that. That makes sense. The Shocker, he's not a superhuman. It's his wrist gauntlets that give him the ability to shake things up.
Right.
And the real world scenario, that's got to mess with your body over a period of time.
Oh, and he said he knocked the vertebrae out of place, and only vibranium can fix it.
Yeah. Madam Slay, she was like, man, what you're doing with them gauntlets look pretty nice. He's like, yeah, they look pretty nice, but, they didn't mess the boy back up over the years. And I'm like, you know what? That's a touch of real writing right there. Put that in there. It would throw something out of whack. Okay, yeah. So I love that. I love that piece of detail to the character. I do.
Okay, so right as they make their descent down into the mines, they are greeted by a voice that's welcomed them to Wakanda. She offers them a chance, right? At least the first person to tell them where Oyaku is. They'll be permitted to leave. Mm-hmm. And so then they, of course, Okoye ain't ducking no smoke. She come right out the shadows and show Madam Slay exactly who she's talking to. it comes to find out that the whole, the vibranium mine that y'all was trying to get into to steal some stuff to fix Shocker's back, remember? None of that was real. None of it was real. Didn't y'all think y'all got into Wakanda a little easy? Didn't y'all think that was a little simple? And look who they're using to set up the whole sacred projection. Boy, Cadaver.
Who you think told her that? Cause I read, you see, wait, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm gonna apologize. I know this is called Wakanda, book 5, it's got Okoye on the cover, but I read when the Skrulls, Secret Invasion, when the Skrulls tried to invade Wakanda, and the part where the Skrulls thought they had Aurora and T'Challa on board the ship, and they just weren't saying nothing, but kind of realized that was 2 Skrulls that had their mouths taped shut, with recordings sounding like T'Challa and Aurora, invade Wakanda and die. I remember T'Challa giving Okoye some strict instructions on what to do and everything like that. Even I think, Marcus, you and I might have reviewed, if we didn't review it, we read it when the King in Black tried to invade Wakanda. And T'Challa told Okoye, hey, go on back there and fire that cannon back there and everything like that, the spirit of bass or something like that. So I'm like, so y'all see how ruthless? Now we're gonna keep going. All right, I'm not gonna do that. But y'all, okay, these tactics were talked of.
Right. Definitely, looks like she had a late night powwow with the king. Got some pointers.
You see how Cadell looking? Do we need to show? Y'all see the dude? He done got roughed up. Like, no. This dude done got roughed up. This dude done got roughed up. Like y'all see him? Like, never mind. But I'm loving her technique though.
So we're back in Tokyo, right? And we are having a conversation with, this is probably the guy. This is probably the bankroll who's been paying everybody. This is where the money's been coming from. Okay. And he says he has a Yaku in his sight. Right.
Got a Yaku in his sight. But that's when they realize it's just a decoy. You know, Okoye sitting out there with her nice little jetpack. Shout out to those who went to go see the movie, because it definitely looked like it's a little cross reference of Ruby Williams technology and Wakandan technology, the flight pack and everything. So that's on the rooftop. And then she's talking to Natima. She got Natima looking on the rooftop, looking out and everything like that. And so Natima sees what she thinks is another Ayaku. And so Okoye is basically telling her, say, listen, don't make no moves, stay where you at. I'm coming. And Natima is like, nah, she might get away. And if she get away, this might be the real Ayaku. And so Natima come in and she swears, she caught between the things. She low-key want to prove herself to Okoye, but don't want to let her down at the same time. Yeah. But she out of her element. She attacks a Yaku, and a Yaku put them things on. That's what winds up happening. And for that case, Okoye, being the true Dora Milaje that she is, and also the young lady's aunt, she's gonna handle that business. The first thing we get is a spear. Now, the way this spear looks like it's being propelled at Natima, the way it was used during the cadaver situation, is like it's not like she's throwing it, but she's projecting it with her glove or something like that. She's able to direct it.
Yeah, because if you see, she's on the ground, right? And then the very next scene, she pulls her back up off her feet, or back up onto her feet. Like she on the ground, and then she recalls it to stand her back up.
Right. And you notice they do make sure to show the glove and everything like that, power and everything and stuff. And now the look on a Yaku's face is a look I never saw doing her whole time fighting Sugar. She looked concerned.
She should be.
Right. And what I'm loving about this, like I said, I shout out to the writer. Brand, he gets it. This is the warrior mentality and everything like that. It's like, you know who I am. Okoye goes on a live broadcast. Like, she let it be known. Y'all thought cause T'Challa or the Black Panther ain't in Wakanda, that Wakanda was easy pickings. Y'all sadly mistaken, and I'm gonna show y'all what we do to people that run up on Wakanda like it's easy pickings. And I'm like, boy, look, I'm here for it. That's the attitude that we know should be shown. Like, that's it. That's the attitude right there. I mean, and you can see the broadcast goes all across. You know, Shorty is looking at the broadcast. The broadcast is going out through Wakanda. The broadcast is going out where all the criminals hang out at and everything like that. He letting it be known like she ain't. Now, mind you, this is where I'm at with it. Who is Okoye to make this announcement on behalf of Wakanda?
To start broadcasting to the world. She's broadcasting to the world, fam.
I'm here for it.
Talking about this is what you get when you mess with my country. Fam, I know we're not doing that whole monarchy thing anymore, but I know you got somebody to answer to. Someone. Lord have mercy. And they trying to tell her the whole time in the back, hey, she gonna live. She gonna live. Chill out. She gonna live.
Hey, your niece is good.
Your niece, she all right. She's okay.
Like, they knew she getting ready to go.
Hello, Bueller. That
was my thing. I'm like, so you acted in official capacity on behalf of Wakanda. Who did you get this from? Because well, we're not gonna do that, but as it stands right now, we low-key in limbo between issues 15 and issue 1 to come out in May. So we don't know if we got a prime minister, we still got an emperor, we got a king. We don't know. So this is a fluid situation.
Whatever we got, I know this is not permitted. I know broadcasting to the world to show you executing someone in London is not it, fam. I know it's not. I know it's not.
Hey, in London. You ain't in Wakanda.
You in somebody else.
Wait, you ready? There's a strong possibility that you handing out Wakandan justice in London to a Japanese national.
Listen, man. Listen. Brandon Thompson obviously did his homework on Wakanda and some old nuggets to pull back up here. I just don't know if he did very much research on international law or put any very much thought into how he was going to, address Wakanda in this post-monarchy that they're living in right now. You can't even call it democracy. They ain't held not one single vote. It banished the greatest king in Wakanda history, right? And it was a unilateral decision. It was based off of one person. We made a decision. What happened to? It's okay to consolidate power if we split it up in between this council of 12, but it's not okay to consolidate power if we put it in the hands of a superhero.
So watch this. So because I'm here for all that what you just said. Here for all, which to me it's like I've been reading it for a minute, but if you got an education and you started reading Black Panther, then you know some of the stuff don't make sense. Like it should be where you like, I want it to make sense. Remember when I started off early and I said I'm gonna throw a flag on the play? I said this should have been the Ias-Ijs. That's basically where I was aiming at that, right? Mm-hmm. So the Ias-Ijs would have did everything Okoye did, except how they operate, they would not have broadcasted nationally. They would have
I don't really get that part of the story. I don't get what was that for.
They would have took a Yaku's head and dropped it off on her employer's doorstep.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you wouldn't have never got this. You see, that's why it's like, man, there are so many.
Woke up out of his sleep like.
There are so many great stories to tell. Where it could have been because those people, Madam Slave, Cadaver, and King Cadaver, that's his name actually, King Cadaver, Madam Slave, and Batroc the Leaper, because they got that close to Wakanda, to the throne, it could have been where the Dora Milaje step in. So now we got two separate stories going on in one story arc involving the male and female armies, militias of Wakanda. That's not if you know them and you know what they're capable of doing, you know what their primary responsibilities are, it opens up the story where you're able to uplift both of them as opposed to, well, I'm going to give one the other one's responsibility because I just don't really know what's going on. No.
Like to see the characters and the additions to the title to kind of be seen in the roles that they were meant to be. But in any case, decent book, better read than the Killmonger book, I think, overall. A little bit more inconsistent, but the story, I think, was a little bit more interesting than what we got out of the Killmonger book. But in any case, I believe this series is over. They did do the Marvel Voices comic, which I will, maybe I'll pick it up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We don't really have anything Black Panther coming up until Eve Hewing kicks off in May, I believe it is, May or June.
And if you want to see how I did break down Black Panther issue 14. That's over on my channel. I ain't saying I'm just saying and everything like that.
Check that out for sure. You definitely won't be seeing it over here. So y'all go check my man out. Y'all go check him out.
We stopped reviewing Black Panther. What issue was that? We stopped
7, I think.
Issue 7, and I would love to tell y'all that the story got better after issue 7, but I don't like lying. So
I'll tell you what, I will review issue 15 with you in celebration. It will be over. If you want me, I will come on the platform and we will, if you want me to, and we can review number 15.
Also, myself and D-Real have a special surprise for Black Panther fans in the next couple of weeks. Y'all be on the lookout for that. We're going to do a co-live, and as Don Cornelius used to say, if y'all don't know who he is, the former host, late great Don Cornelius from Soul Train, it's gonna be a stone cold gas hunting. So make sure
make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Give us your thoughts on the books in the comments below. Come back next week for some more comic book content. Appreciate it, Theo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.